Hello my friends, and welcome in to your quick Pilates core workout. For today's class, we will be using a Pilates mini ball. If you don't have a mini ball, I have used a soccer ball, I have used a sleeping bag, a puffy jacket can do in a pinch, but your Pilates mini ball is going to be the best tool at really creating this intentional instability that is going to help us create so much strength in our core. So go ahead and grab whatever you got and meet me on your mat. Let's work out. So I want you to start by taking this mini ball and placing it right in between your knees before coming all the way down onto your mat, planting your feet about hip distance apart. We're gonna start with some crunches. So take your hands behind the nape of your neck, nod your head yes, shake it no, inhale here. Exhale to find that tuck through your tailbone as you lift your head, neck, and shoulders up, eye gaze coming just to the top of that ball. And then inhale to lower down with control. So let's work through these crunches here, finding this first layer in our core series. Now, as we crunch, I want you to be really conscious that you're crunching with your abdominals and not your neck. The way we create that intention is by keeping our elbows wide and thinking about your spine and not your head. So your head is not leading the movement. Your abdominals are taking your spine up, and then your abdominals are taking your spine down. So really think about articulating your spine as though it was a string of pearls, exhaling to lift and inhaling to lower. Great work. In Pilates, as we inhale, I want you to think about lengthening, and we're using that exhale for power. So as you exhale, power does not mean momentum. You exhale through pursed lips to lift, and then inhale to lengthen your spine back down on the mat. Let's take two more here. Exhale through pursed lips to lift with control, lifting from your core. Inhale to lower. Beautiful work. Last one, exhale to lift with control. Meet me at the top of your crunch. Hands stay behind the nape of your neck, no tension through your neck. And now we find crunch pulses. I want you to keep your rib cage closed. Think about drawing your bottom rib to your top hip, actively engaging through your core. So we're not flaring our ribs, but really thinking about closing your rib cage. Pulse here for 8, 7, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, hold in 2, 1, hold it lifted. Now, keeping that tuck through your tailbone, I want you to float both legs off the mat into a tabletop position, and then we very lightly tap our toes back down. We exhale to lift, inhale to tap down, tailbone stays tucked. Let's work through 4 here. Inhale to lift, inhale to tap, exhale to lift. Last 3, we inhale to tap, exhale to lift, let go of the tension in your hands. Last 2, your breath leads the movement. Final 1, meet me in this tabletop, tuck through your tailbone. Now we pulse our chest towards our thighs for 8, pulse for 7, woo, 6, 5, pulse for 4, you've got it, 3, 2, 1, now hold, 8, 7, squeeze that ball, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take it down. Woo! Have a quick moment, and then I want you to rock on up, grab this ball, and place it behind your back, just beneath your shoulder blades. Great, so the ball is comfortably supporting you. The ball is where you would have imaginary wings. So find that position, hands come behind the nape of your neck. So it's like just in the middle of your back behind your shoulder blades. We're gonna work through that same crunch. So inhale to extend your back over the ball. Exhale to crunch back up. So we inhale over the mini ball and exhale, think about drawing that bottom rib towards your top hip to lift. Great work. Keeping your gaze nice and neutral. Keeping an imaginary peach tucked under your chin. So as we crunch up, our gaze goes to our inner thighs or the tops of our knees. And then we lower down, gaze to the ceiling. Exhale to lift. Nice work. Let's take 2 more here. Last one. Meet me at the top of your crunch. Now from here, I want you to float your legs. Single leg tabletop, double leg tabletop. Now we're gonna hug that right knee into our chest, extend your left leg long at a high 45. And now we pull that leg in. Working through the single leg stretch. Gaze is at your knees. Beautiful. Use your breath. Inhale and exhale. For 3. Final 2. Final 1. Left leg stays extended. Now that right leg comes back to tabletop, hands come behind the nape of your neck. We lower this left leg down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Keeping your body nice and still. Your abdominals are stabilizing your spine. Let's take 2 more. Last one. Inhale to lower. Exhale, meet me with that left leg extended. Now we work with this right foot. We tap that right toe down. Exhale to lift. I don't know why I wiggled my foot to cue that we are working with the right foot. I could have just used my words, but I'm getting a little delirious. All right, let's take 2 more. Last one, meet me back in tabletop, finale. We tap our right toe, lower our left leg, woo! Exhale to lift, slow it down, control it. We have 3 more. Inhale to tap, exhale to lift, final 2. Inhale to tap, exhale to lift, final 1. Inhale to tap, exhale to lift. Let's take it back to those single leg stretch. We pull our knee in and switch. Inhale and exhale. Let's take 3 more to reset. Final 2. Final 1. Right leg extends, left knee is into your chest. Take your hands behind the nape of your neck as your left leg comes into tabletop. Right leg stays extended as we inhale, lower that right leg down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, straight leg lowers. Exhale, straight leg lifts. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale for power without momentum. Let's take 2 more. Final 1, great work. Close that rib cage. We tap our left toe. Exhale back to tabletop. Inhale to tap. Woo! Exhale to tabletop. Let's do 2 more. Final 1. Finale. We inhale to tap our left toe, right leg extends. Exhale to pull it up. Let's find 3 more. We got this. Inhale to tap. Final 2. Final 1. And we take those single leg stretches for 8. Final 7. For 6. Slow it down, stable through your core. For 5. Last 4. Last 3. We have our finisher in 2. Last 1. Last move. Extend both legs out. Arms reach behind your head. We hold to finish. 8, 7, 6, 5. Final 4, 3, 2, 1. And hug it in. Rock it up. Woo! Beautiful work, my friends. There you have it, your quick Pilates core. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.